In this video, you'll be able to know what is motion. So, first, let's talk about motion. In physics, motion is change of position of an object with respect to time. Motion of a body is observed by attaching a frame of reference to an observer and measuring the change in position of the body relative to the frame. More generally, motion is a concept that applies to objects, bodies, and matter particles, to radiation, radiation fields, and radiation particles, into space, its curvature, and space-time. One can also speak of motion of shapes and boundaries, so the term motion in general signifies a continuous change in the configuration of a physical system. Motion is typically described in terms of speed and velocity. In everyday language, the words speed and velocity are used interchangeably, but in science, distinction is made between them. To a runner, speed refers to how fast he or she can run the 100-meter dash. To a weatherman, speed indicates how fast typhoon winds are moving. Speed is a measure of how quickly an event occurs. In a cycling event, when a cyclist passes, you may want to know his speed. To calculate the speed of the cyclist, you divide the distance the traveled cyclist by the time it took him to cover the distance in symbols b equals d over t, where b is speed, d is the distance, and t is the time. Any consistent combination of units for distance and time may be used to describe speed. These units include meter per second, m per s, and kilometers per hour, kilometer per hour. The unit of speed is meter per second if the cyclist covers 30 km in 2 hours. His speed is 30 km over 2 hours equals 15 km per hour. In the 2-hour period the cyclist has traveled, he may have gone faster than 15 km per hour. At other times, he may have slowed down or even stopped. The value 15 km corresponds to his average speed. In reality, moving bodies do not maintain an unchanging or constant speed all the way. The average speed of moving bodies can be calculated in order to give a general description of their motion in terms of the rate at which they are going. The average speed, or v, is defined as the total distance traveled by the body divided by the amount of time that elapsed to cover the distance as measured from a reference point. In equation form, average speed is given by v average equals d total over delta time, where d total represents total distance and delta time represents total elapsed time. The Greek symbol square read as delta is used to indicate the total change. More often than not, the measurement is the difference between two readings, the final and the initial readings. When the initial point is placed at the origin, the value is equated to 0. Motor vehicles are equipped with speedometers to indicate how fast they are traveling. This is one way by which the drivers check if they are moving within the speed limit in a particular area. The reading of speedometer does not register the average speed of the vehicle, but its instantaneous speed of the vehicle the very moment one takes a look at the speedometer. The next time you ride a motor vehicle, observe how the reading on speedometer changes as you travel. It would be tedious to report the speed of the vehicle at every second of the journey. This is why the average speed of a body moving is obtained to describe its motion. So that's all for the speed and velocity. Let's go to the next topic, the free-fall. Why do objects fall when dropped or thrown? When you throw something upward or drop it from a certain height, it goes down. A force attraction of Earth acts on these objects. This force is called gravity. When the motion of a body is affected by the force of gravity alone, the body is said to be in free-fall motion. Consider two objects of different masses, an eraser and a ball pen. If these objects will be dropped from the same height at the same time, which will reach the ground first? Some believe that heavy objects fall faster than lighter ones. He explained that as the mass of an object increases, the falling of a heavy object towards the earth is a natural motion. Galileo disagreed with Aristotle's idea. He went on to demonstrate that two objects, regardless of their mass, dropped from the same height at the same time, would reach the ground at the same time, except for the small effect on the air resistance.
It's a good class. We learn about physics, studied motion. way that things flow, velocity and acceleration, objects stopping and starting to go. Now we're ready for vertical motion, where gravity always pulls things down. Acceleration due to this force makes velocity fast just as it strikes the ground. We're learning free falling. We're learning free falling. When an object falls from up in the air, its velocity started at rest. The time it takes to reach the highest point is the same as the time to come down. We're learning free falling. We're learning free falling. 9.81 meters per second squared is the rate at which gravity acts. Vertical motion has the same methods as horizontal equations and facts. We're learning free falling. Now we're free falling. Yes, we're free falling. Yes, we're free falling. Yes, we're free falling. Yes, we're free falling. Free falling. Yeah, free falling. We're learning free.
So that would be all for today's tutorial. Keep on watching Snap Science Tutorial and kindly visit our page www.snapsciencetutorial.com for more updates. Thank you.